Hello, I'm Brian Parks, CEO of JamFactory, and on behalf of our board and staff, welcome to this very 2020 style formal presentation of the 2020 Fuse Glass Prize. As always, and importantly, let me begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of this land, the Kaurna people. We pay our respects to their elders past and present and recognise their strong connection to the land and the waters of the Adelaide Plain. Thank you to all of you who've linked in from wherever or whenever. We're all finding new ways of coming together to celebrate the things we love. All of us at JamFactory are very proud to be presenting this third iteration of the Fuse Glass Prize. Established in 2016, the Fuse Glass Prize is a biennial prize for Australian and New Zealand glass artists. It provides a platform for artists to push themselves and their work to new limits and focuses public attention on the importance of glass as a creative, contemporary artistic medium. This year, the works of 12 established and 6 emerging artists were selected as finalists from a highly competitive field of entries by the 2020 judging panel, and I'd like to sincerely thank my fellow judges. CZERNIS-RYL, curator at the Powerhouse Museum; Robert Cook, curator of 20th century art at the Art Gallery of Western Australia; JUSTINE, curator of decorative art and design at the Museum of New Zealand, Te Papa Tongarua; and Jessica Loughlin, glass artist and winner of the 2018 Fuse Glass Prize. And I'm thrilled to have Jess with me in person to co-host this important presentation. At this point, I'd also like to thank all of the artists who entered the prize this year. The Fuse Glass Prize evolved from conversations that began in 2014 between passionate glass art collectors Jim and Helen Carricker and JamFactory. The prize launched in 2016 and was funded then, as it is now, entirely through private philanthropy and sponsorship. The Carrickers' steadfast support has been ongoing, and we're thrilled that Jim and Helen have generously agreed to support continued evolution of the Fuse Glass Prize over the next 4 years. Along with the Carrickers, we also want to particularly acknowledge the ongoing support of Dana Laidlaw, another founding donor, who has supported the prize since 2016, and Ian and Pammy Wall, who've supported Fuse since 2018. We're also enormously grateful for the new support received this year from David McKee, Pam McKee, Susan Armitage, Sonia Laidlaw and Trina Ross. Sincere thanks also to the David and Dulcie Henschel Foundation, who've generously supported the Emerging Artist category. And I'm so pleased that Dee Henschel is here with us to present the David Henschel Emerging Artist Prize in honour of her late husband, who was so committed to nurturing emerging talent. JamFactory is also very grateful for the contribution of several supporting sponsors and presenting partners: the Louise Luxury Accommodation in the Barossa, the Mayfair Hotel in Adelaide, Pitcher Partners, Seppeltsfield Wines, Canvas Group and the Australian Design Centre in Sydney, where the finalists' exhibition will be on show from the 9th of October. And now it's time to focus on the fantastic Fuse finalists.
Thanks, Brian. There are 6 finalists in the running for the David Henschel Emerging Artist Prize. The prize is valued at $5,000, and this includes $2,500 cash and then a 2-week residency at the JamFactory Glass Workshop. And the finalists are
Hamish Donaldson. Hamish began his training as a glassblower in his parents' studio on the Mornington Peninsula. He undertook additional masterclasses in Turkey and Canberra before completing the 2-year associate program at JamFactory at the end of 2019.
Billy James Crellin, in collaboration with Bastian Thomas. Billy and Bastian met while undertaking an associate program at the JamFactory. Now based in Victoria, Billy studied at Sydney College of the Arts before gaining experience in glassworking in Central Europe. Bastian trained in his native France before coming to Australia to do a JamFactory program. He was a Fuse Glass finalist in 2018.
Alexandra Hurst. Alex developed her interest in glass during a university exchange program at Alfred University in the United States. She's since developed her skills through courses at the Australian National University in Canberra and a Masters in Glass at Edinburgh College of Art in the United Kingdom.
Erica Izzard. Erica recently graduated with a master's degree from Sydney College of the Arts. She originally trained and worked as a radiographer and sonographer before pursuing her dream of going to art school.
Ayano Yoshizumi. Originally from Japan, Ayano studied at Musashino Art University in Tokyo before training and working at the Toyama Institute of Glass Art. She's currently in Australia as a second-year associate at JamFactory.
Madison Zabel. Madison graduated with first-class honours in glass from the Australian National University in Canberra. Her work has been included in the Corning Museum of Glass New Glass Review, and she's undertaken residencies at Berlin Glass in Germany and Canberra Glassworks.
Well, the calibre of these 6 emerging finalists should make us all feel very optimistic about the future of glass in our region. It's now my great pleasure to hand over to a warm friend of JamFactory and a strong advocate for creativity, Dee Henschel, who will announce the winner of the David Henschel Emerging Artist Prize.
I'm very pleased to be here and talk about my family's part in the Fuse Awards. My late husband's memory through the David Henschel Emerging Art Prize. My husband David was an industrial design engineer, and while he was working with iron and steel in his designs, he was completely fascinated by the process of glass manufacturing. He used to spend time watching the artisans changing silica sand into beautiful glass pieces. He always remarked about the heat, the heavy lifting, and the working together to make something so wonderful, so colourful, and each time so different and artistically beautiful. My family and I are proud that we are in the position to reward them for their beautiful designs in schools. It gives me great pleasure to announce that the winner of the 2020 David Henschel Emerging Art Prize is Madison Zabel.
I'm so excited. I'm just shocked because I'm just glad the judges loved the work as much as I did. I enjoyed making it, grinding each piece by hand, and it's a very special piece to me. So I'm very glad that the judges responded to it well. It's such an amazing feeling, especially with the year that we've all experienced with COVID. It's kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel, like there's something to look forward to. And I'm very excited to make new work from it. So I can't thank the judges enough for this wonderful prize.
Well, how wonderful. And how strange not to hear the cheers and applause that would normally accompany such an announcement. Now, the Fuse Glass Prize awarded to an established artist from Australia or New Zealand is a $20,000 non-acquisitive cash prize, and the 12 worthy finalists for 2020 are Kate Baker. Before graduating from the glass workshop at the Australian National University in 1999, Kate studied photography, printmaking and sculpture. She recently returned to the ANU Glass Workshop to complete a PhD. She won the 2018 Hindmarsh Glass Prize and has recently exhibited in major art museum exhibitions in the United States, Japan and Italy.
Claire Belfrage. In a career spanning more than 30 years, Claire has established an international reputation as a leader in her field. She has won the Tom Malone Glass Prize twice, and in 2016 she was the inaugural winner of the Fuse Glass Prize. She was the South Australian Living Artists Festival feature artist in 2018, and her work is represented in major public collections throughout Australia and in the United States, Denmark and Japan.
Penny Byrne. Penny applies a keen sense of politics to her celebrated sculptural practice. Her work is represented in major public collections, including the National Gallery of Victoria and the Powerhouse Museum. She's concerned with the state of the world and our place in it, and is currently completing a Master of Fine Arts at RMIT University, where she originally studied ceramics in the late 1980s.
Kobe Coburn. Kobe has worked intensely with glass over the past 20 years. She is a graduate of the Sydney College of the Arts and completed honours in the glass workshop at the Australian National University. She has previously been a winner of the Tom Malone Glass Prize and the Run-a-Muck Glass Prize, along with significant prizes in Germany and the United States. Her work is held in many private and public collections around the world.
Nadège de Genetès. Originally from France, Nadège has worked, taught and exhibited in Europe, North America, Asia and Australia. She has received numerous awards, grants and residencies, and her work was recently included in New Glass Now at the Corning Museum of Glass. Nadège has been an influential teacher at the Australian National University Glass Workshop since 2005.
Wendy Fairclough. Originally from New Zealand, Wendy now lives and works in South Australia. She creates compositions and installations, most often using blown and cast glass. She has exhibited throughout Asia, New Zealand, the United States, Canada and Australia. Her work is represented in major collections, including National Gallery of Australia and the Museum of New Zealand Te Papa Tongarua.
Marcel HOOGSTAD Hay. Marcel is an Adelaide-based artist working primarily with blown glass. He graduated from the Glass Workshop at the Australian National University in Canberra in 2012 and in 2014 completed the Associate Training Program at JamFactory. He has since undertaken residencies in Germany, Mexico and the United States.
Jeremy Lepisto. After graduating from Alfred University, Jeremy was employed at the Bullseye Glass Factory. He worked in all the glass production areas and with visiting artists who came to work at Bullseye. In 2001, he started his own independent studio in Portland. Since relocating to Australia, he has completed a PhD in sculpture at the Australian National University and established a studio in Queanbeyan.
Madeline PROWD. Madeline graduated from the Glass Workshop at the Australian National University in 2009 and moved to Adelaide to undertake the Associate Training Program at JamFactory. She's been an instructor at the Pilchuck Glass School and undertaken residencies in Australia, Sweden and Germany. She was a finalist in the Klaus Moyer Glass Award in 2019.
Yusuke Takamura. Originally from Osaka, YUSUKE completed a bachelor's degree in glass from the Kurashiki University of Science and Arts in Japan before moving to Australia in 2009 to complete a master's degree at the Sydney College of the Arts. He has exhibited in Japan, Australia, Hong Kong and the United States, and was a finalist in the Hindmarsh Glass Prize in 2017 and 2018.
HIROMI Tango. HIROMI is a Japanese-Australian artist whose work spans sculpture, drawings, photography, installation and performance. She has exhibited extensively throughout Australia and in Asia and Europe, and has created major installations in leading art museums, including the Museum of Contemporary Art, Sydney, the Singapore Art Museum, and the Art Gallery of South Australia.
Catherine Whiteman. Catherine's PhD from the University of Sutherland in the UK focused on integrating glassmaking and printmaking processes. After completing her doctorate in 2012, she relocated to New Zealand to take up the role as glass lecturer at the Wanganui Glass School. She won the Runner-Up Glass Prize in 2014 and is now a third-time finalist in the Fuse Glass Prize.
Wow, what a great lineup, and what a great bunch of credentials. Well, there's only one thing left for me to do, and that's to invite our 2018 Fuse Glass Prize winner, Jessica Loughlin, to pass on the baton and announce the winner.
Thanks, Brian. Well, it is my great honour and privilege to announce the 2020 Fuse Glass Prize winner is Kobe Coburn. Kobe's entry, Murmurations, is so quiet, it's so beautiful, so contemplative, and it just resonates with you the longer you look at it. Both the level of detail in the fused glass canework, but also her attention to detail in the proportions, and also the level of finishing in the work is exquisite and really shows her excellence in the craft of glass.
Thank you so much. Thanks to all those judges. Like, I am blown away. I'm semi-speechless, and I just would love to say thank you, and thank you to the community that surrounds us. You know, it's always been in high calibre of people, and it's honouring to be part of that collection and part of that body of work, and those people that have been, you know, acknowledged for the work that they have done. And I'm honoured and semi-speechless, you know, and absolutely rapt. So I sincerely thank you guys. You know.